everybody! So we're always working. Seems like that's all we ever do. But we are trying to get power to our bins. So you can't see it, but we're building a few more big flat bottoms. Just like that. Actually, that's one that they're building. It's only half up. Hence why there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rings. We're building some more 4212s, which are like 50-ish thousand bushel bins. And we gotta be able to get power to all these bad boys because we need our fans. Each bin has 2 fans and an unload, plus lights. So we rented this ditch witcher. Timon is rocking it out right now. And we pay $500 a day for this thing, and it's been pretty busy. So we've had to do a lot of trenching. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This thing is like 4-wheel drive, and it will get stuck. You can get it stuck in the trench. Ask us how we know. So we got 2 pickups, mine, the GMC over there trying to give us some light. So if we come back over here, that's where our service is. Here's the fans. These are on our original 2. We got 2 fans. And this wire is stupid expensive. Like, this is just the cheap aluminum stuff that you throw in the ground. Like, we're only going 4 bins wide. We're gonna be 15 grand here just in wire. That's madness. That's madness. That's not going up for lights. That's not having like 110 power plugs to plug semis in on the other side. That's just for the fans and unloads. Wild. Wild. It's crazy. So we're going, oh, you can't see this very good, but we're going about 36 inches deep, and we're doing all the trenching. Because if you have to pay someone to do the trenching, then that's just gets even worse. So what we're doing here is we got to make one main cut from over there where the dryer is. See where the propane tank is there? That's where our power is. Yeah. Okay. Power and propane. There's nothing wrong could ever go happen there. Anyway, we drive this line right down here, and then we got to have 1 trench get into each fan. So 2 per bin. And then we got to run 1 trench through here. Jump on this thing. Try not to die. Comes all the way to here, and we can't quite match them because we'll actually hit the concrete pad with the little ditch witcher. So we're gonna have to do some shovel work in here. And then we gotta come out, and then we make a T, and then it goes this way to this unload, then it goes that way to that unload. So I'll finish this video probably tomorrow so you guys can actually see something because it's kind of dark out right now. Okay, you guys have yourself a good evening. See you in the morning. When I say see you in the morning, I really mean like see you in the evening in a week. Hey guys, it's September 14th now. Sorry, we just got a little bit crazy busy with harvest here, and I was not able to really catch up on the recording. So let's get everyone up to speed. So here's the North Farm update. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we're building some more flat bottoms. We were going to add 4 more here for a total of 6. And the reason why we're doing that is because we've been rapidly, aggressively expanding the North Farm, and we need to be able to keep up with some infrastructure. We will still have grain bags up here, but as most of our guys are seasonal, it's completely impractical for me to be at the West Farm with bags, the North Farm with bags, the South Farm with bags, and be plowing and pushing snow. I can't be around and around trying to pick up 25 to 55 grain bags. It's not practical. I couldn't do it if I wanted to do it, and I definitely don't want to do it. So we're still gonna have bags, don't you worry, but we got to get some more bins on the ground here. So they're just about done here. Got the last bin to go. And then we have enough pad for 2 more. So how we've done this, everybody likes to do their bins differently, and that's awesome. It's the great thing about farming. You can just do whatever you want. So back at the South Farm, we did a staircase out front of the bins, and on the South Farm, they're actually 4809s. Same bushels, like 55,000 bushels. Same as these, except these are 4212. So a little narrower base, and the reason for that is so I can tuck more bins in. But they are taller. Oh, this is muddy. Also, rain update. We got 1.2 inches of rain here last night, and it's very muddy. Very, very muddy. So what I did is basically I did the heart shape. Right there, got a heart shape going on. Oh. Sorry about that. Okay, I think we're good now. So at one point, I can check 2 there, 2 there. So at one point, I'm checking 4 bins, and then we're gonna do 2 more over here, and we'll probably do 2 more at some point in the future, so I can go 8 long. So I'll have 2 hearts, I guess. I put 2 fans on these, again, just because they're 12 rings tall. If you fill these things up with canola, they're pretty dense, and canola is pretty dense, and it's really hard to push air through, so that's the reason why we went 2 fans. A little update on our trenching. We thought we could get all the wire in before they got the bins up. We were wrong. Boy, were we wrong. So we're gonna have to retrench it again. And then it's all full of water. Isn't that glorious? Isn't that beauty? That's a beauty. That is beauty. So we couldn't get the wire fast enough to get the wire in the ground before they built these bins. And of course, they're running around with their skid steer, filling in the trenches on us. It's not their fault. They still have to build the bins. We just thought that we could get it done before they had to do that. We were wrong. Now they're full of water because we had a bunch of rain. So that's going to be really fun. Oh, man. Oh, darn, it's just mucky. So, bins are almost built. We're losing our sun. I see a great big thunder boomer going over the West Farm right now. I see a lot of, not a lot, but I do see some purple in that sucker. Purple means hail. I really hope that they didn't take hail again. They've already taken hail once. Oh, smokes. Wow. There's that thunderhead right there. So I guess I'll have to go check that tomorrow. I know it took a lot of rain because I have weather stations out there. Dumped close to 3/4 of an inch in no time at all. So let's do a harvest update. We're losing our sun, so I better talk fast. Hopefully you guys keep up. Harvest update. Overall, West, North, and South farms, we're about 50%. We're mid-September. To be 50%, that means that we are behind. Now, we're not behind due to lack of manpower or not enough equipment, lack of combine or whatever, fill in the blank. We are behind because the crops are taking forever to come in because it keeps raining. We've got so much second growth down on the South Farm. And it's bad down there. For harvest up here, we got the lentils off. We got good crops up here, really good crops actually, up at the North Farm. So far the quality has been good, so we're super excited about that. But the South Farm is bad. The South Farm is bad, guys. If we can get out of this with our shirt on down at South Farm, I think we're going to be doing really good. It's a bloodbath. It is an absolute bloodbath. So as you know that we've had really, really bad droughts these last few years. This is our 4th year. This year is really unique. This year is unlike the 3 previous. The 3 previous was just sheer lack of rain, heat, hot, plus 40, wind blowing, cooked it. This year didn't get that hot. It just didn't rain in the spring. It didn't rain and really until like halfway through July, and we were already ready for harvest at that point. So this year was super unique. I've never seen this before. I'm turning 40 this October. I'm turning 40. I know. Wild. But this is my 30th, my 30th harvest. I started harvesting at a very young age, and my 30th harvest. And I remember bad years. We've had lots of them. We've had some good ones. Obviously, you get good, you get the bad. You got to take the good with the bad, or the bad with the good. That's just part of farming. But this year is unique. This year is like the trifecta. All right, so we've got tanking commodity prices, like tanking. Like we're going back to 2004, 2005, 2006 era, and I remember those years, farming in those years. Commodity prices. Also, I think there's some bad ones in 2017, 2018. There's a spurt in there as well where there's really poor prices. So we've got really, really poor commodity prices for a number one grade. Tank mixed with poor yields. Now, the yield is so sporadic. So if you were early seeding, like ultra early seeding, your crops would be the worst. If you were late to the game, or if you were like, wanted to seed later, didn't have that much to do, whatever, your crops will be the best. That's just how it worked this year. I seeded ultra early, and I pounded acres in hard. Like typically, ultra early seeding down the South Farm, 7 out of 10 years always pays. This was one of those years it did not. So, because it grew without having any rain on it. We didn't get our rains until late spring, early summer, July. And all the early stuff was already ripe, desiccated, and ready to harvest, and it started raining. And I mean, it started raining, like 4, 5, 6 inches type rain. So it sprouted just about everything. Not everything, not all the lentils got sprouted, but a lot of the lentils got sprouted. All the durum was sprouted. All the winter wheat was sprouted. The chickpeas sprouted. Just about everything was sprouted. It's been a really, really rough year down south. Probably the roughest I can ever remember due to the trifecta. The third one, don't want to forget the third one. So you can recap, poor yields, poor commodity prices, poor grades. That's the third one. That's the trifecta. So it is an absolute bloodbath down south. Mostly for all the early seeding guys. Like, even if you finish something late, like for example, here's a prime example. I seeded all my lentils early. Like all my lentils went in early. And I had lentils that were probably going to be in that 14, 15 bushel, which is not great, but it's not bad either. They were desiccated, ready for the rain. All that rain hit them, rotted them right down to nothing. 4 bushel. My neighbor right beside me, he was pretty early seeding his his durum. It's poor. It's feed because it's 58 pounds, didn't even make grade. So that was kind of what happened last year. We had light grade. 58 pound, really crappy looking feed durum. Right beside him, my brother seeded his durum super late, like one of the last fields he seeded, probably 40 bushel number 2. Like, that's how it is down south. You could be here, you could be having 30 bushel lentils because you seeded them late. Right across the road, the guy seeded them early, rotted them down, 4 bushel. Same with durum, same with chickpeas, fill in the blank, same with anything, same with canola, whatever. Oh, then the canola, we swathed a lot of our canolas, and it blew away. That was just like salt on the wound. I love that. Anyways, that's a little update. You can't make the yields all over. There's probably some guys that are actually having pretty average to good crops. But for all the early seeders, it's a bloodbath. It's a bloodbath. And for the majority of the southwest to be a bloodbath. So anyways, that's your update. And you're probably asking, well, no, I already told you why we have to build more bins. And as you know, we've been expanding the North Farm. And the North Farm's been doing well. Nothing's perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect place to farm. There's no such thing as a perfect place to farm, so get that out of your mind. No, it is a challenging year. We are all looking forward to this year ending. We just got to get this year, try to get through this year down south, and try and get this behind us, and never ever speak of it again. But anyways, that's the update on the bins, harvest up north, and harvest down south. So now you know. I'll catch you guys later. I can't even feel my left arm anymore. It's numb. But I will have to go west and see if that hail cleaned up some chickpeas. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Okay, guys. See you on the flipper.